All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get into our regulars this morning, and we'll start off with our question of the day and find out what you are, I suppose, what's on your mind with regard to this. So, what are your views on the scenes that played out yesterday as South Africa moved to level 3 of the national lockdown? Whatever it may have been, I suppose, obviously topping that list was the queues, those snaking, winding queues outside of bottle stores around the country, where in level 3 it's now legal to buy alcohol Monday to Thursday between 9 and 5. So we saw the first day and many making sure that they got there just in time before anything ran out. So that was quite a scene. Also, a lot of people going back to work. I think it's been estimated that 8 million people have found their way back to work in South Africa. So what was your experience like? Did you find that your business was ready for receiving you in terms of PPE and everything, So just give us a glimpse into your world as level 3 began yesterday in South Africa. At Morning Live SABC, that's where you can get hold of us.
Right, moving on to some of the stories in our news diary. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Health is today expected to visit the Eastern Cape's Cecilia Makiwane and Frere hospitals as part of its oversight program of assessing the state of quarantine sites and also readiness of hospitals to deal with COVID-19.
Motorists will be paying R1.18 more for a litre of both grades of petrol from midnight tonight. The price of diesel will increase by 22 cents and illuminating paraffin by 40 cents a litre.
And as of yesterday, the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases that South Africa has stands at 34,357. Number of deaths now at 705. There's a total of 17,291 people who have since recovered, and the number of active cases, 16,361.
More information, those are your numbers, 0800 029 999. That's a 24-hour hotline. The WhatsApp support service is 0600 123 456.
Right, just recapping those statistics and giving you the provincial breakdown. In the Western Cape, they now have 22,567 confirmed cases of COVID-19. Gauteng, 4,231. The Eastern Cape, 4,111. KwaZulu-Natal has 2,565 positive cases. The Free State, 285, 192 in Limpopo. Northwest, 187. Mpumalanga, 131, and the Northern Cape has 82 positive cases.
Tests conducted, 742,742. Confirmed cases, 34,357. The recoveries of that number are 17,291. Active cases, 16,361. And to date, we have recorded 705 deaths from coronavirus. The global picture, 6.2 million is where we're sitting at of confirmed cases. That's up 118,000 from the figure I gave you yesterday. Recoveries, 2.6 million. And the death toll so far from coronavirus, 375,000. That's up 4,461 from yesterday. The US still recording the highest number of deaths. It's at 107,000. That's 605 up on the day. I see that the United Kingdom recorded no deaths yesterday, which is great news for them, although their cases are still quite high, but no deaths recorded. They've got a total of 39,000 dead, but that number to watch, Brazil, still creeping up ever so higher and, going up over 30,000 deaths now.
Right, moving on to the trending topics now. And first up, hashtag White House. And this, of course, happening yesterday amid the ongoing protests, Leanne, in the wake of the death of George Floyd. And what happened was yesterday, protests moved to the White House, and people were protesting outside the White House. And then in a turn of events, they were actually tear gassed in order to move them away, so that as you can see in the picture there, President Donald Trump holding a Bible went to a church just outside the White House so he could have that photo opportunity. And this, of course, getting everyone further outraged.
Absolutely. I mean, you must hear the stories that are going on out there, South Africa, if you haven't actually seen it. It's just, people are devastated by what is happening. What Trump has said is that he's vowed now to use the military to end protests as unrest continues across the United States. And that story that you're telling of basically everybody clearing the road so that the president could go down to the historic St. John's Episcopal Church, and that's just by the White House. And that was also one of the places that was damaged through protests. But the way that they cleared the road, I mean, this was, from witness accounts basically saying some of the priests even said they were tear gassed so that they could clear the road to get to this church so that he could have a photo opportunity. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, the picture you're seeing there, I was watching the visuals, so it literally was him walking, holding up a Bible, and photographers having their photo up with the president, and then he walked back to the White House. So it was just, something that I think Americans are not loving the sight of, but more importantly, the hard force that is being bestowed on these protesters is something not nice to watch.
Yeah, and just in parting there, the New York Attorney General has indicated that she will sue President Donald Trump if he actually follows through on his threat to deploy the military.
Sure. All right. JMPD, that's trending here in South Africa. Is this the one where it was a video that was doing the rounds of,
yes,
of a JMPD officer there? That's the JMPD officer who was accused of slapping somebody because this person said he's not wearing a mask.
Yeah, apparently the woman in picture, and as the story goes, she apparently tried to speak to him about his mask-wearing protocol, telling him that he's not supposed to wear it like that. As you can see, he's addressing her, close proximity, but he didn't take kindly to that.
Oh my gosh, so there you go. I mean, I must say, we were stopped in roadblocks. We went to do something in another province over the weekend, Sakina. It was just, for a food distribution. But, the police were really great. They really were wonderful when it came to dealing with us. But when it comes to just the protocol of holding your driver's license and touching everything, they insist on touching absolutely everything. The stuff in your boot, in your car, and holding your driver's when you could just hold it. And you're sort of thinking, please, can we not do that? But anyway, but then to be slapped by a police officer who is in his own right breaking the law, that is a disgrace.
Well, of course, we'll see how this plays out. Allegations at this stage. And then hashtag Ebola. And we're also concerned with the lockdown and coronavirus. We have been warned before that we shouldn't lose sight of other outbreaks, Leanne. And now we're talking Ebola again in the Congo.
Yeah, very devastating this Ebola is, and we're watching that one, unfortunately, taking grip once again on the DRC and cases emerging there. So we need to keep an eye on that one as well. And then finally, of course, day 68 of lockdown here in South Africa. It is a long time, but I must say yesterday, I don't know if you felt the same, it was almost like I could start hearing life starting again around me. I started hearing a bit of building, a bit of noise, a lot of traffic, a lot of things suddenly starting up in South Africa, and life is slowly beginning to emerge from the dead silence that we found ourselves in the days. But, this is a tough time, as we've been warned. This is when the infection rate is expected to go even higher. So just take it very easy out there, South Africa.
Absolutely. And I heard there were even accidents yesterday.
And unfortunate events as well of some people drinking too much and landing up in emergency units.
There were people, they said no public consumption, buy, go home, consume.
Yeah.
People bought and started drinking. I saw a video to that effect.
Yeah.
Right outside the premises.
I think we all saw those videos, but it's not a joke, guys. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke, but what were we thinking? What were we expecting to be realistic?
Exactly. All right, Sakina, it's 6:30 here on the program. Let's get some headlines from you.